Hi guys, so I just finished the game GREEDFALL 2 The Dying World, which was interesting, but it's very short. I played it for maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 hours, maybe 6, 7, 8 hours, and the story cut short. But I'm going to tell you what I think about the game in general. Let me return back to the screen. Alright, so I'm going to tell you what I think. I just finished the game, and when you reach this part over here, was it Uxantis? When you finish the trial, you will go to the to the ship, and this is where it ends. So it's gonna be pretty short. But I'm gonna tell you what I think. First of all, the graphic. So this game requires a high-end graphic card, because if you don't, you're gonna be like having a hard time to actually have decent graphics. But otherwise, you're gonna have to put everything at low settings, right? And if you put everything at low settings, it's gonna work. You're gonna be able to play, but the graphic will be kind of ugly, as you can see. So that's the first thing to bear in mind. The other thing is, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, this. So basically, you have skill trees, but look at the skill. You only have the first three spells at the bottom, depending which skill tree you take, and you have sub traits over here, as you can see, right? So you have sub trait. The thing is, like, you see these spells over here, all these spells over here at the top, everything from the middle to the top, they are not yet available, meaning they are still under construction. So, meaning you have 30% of all the skill trees, despite the fact that it's a small, this is a small skill tree, by the way, but only 30% is completed. So everything else does not work. You understand? So that's why I was like, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be missing out on like a lot of skill trees technically. The other thing is that the rifle. So basically, if you wear the rifle, like say I have a rifle right now, right? And there's only one spell that comes with a rifle, which you cannot even use. So if I do this and if I do this, so I have this spell over here. If you look over here, it says the skill has not been unlocked, and I was wondering why. That's because there is no skill tree for the rifle. So if you look everywhere, there is no skill tree for the rifle. It's only for the bow. The bow only requires, well, actually the archery is for bows technically. So if you use a bow, you can use the spell, which will be beneficial with the spells over here and the sub trait as well. But the thing is, if you use a rifle, everything, all these spells you see over here will not be applicable. You see, it says requires a bow, requires a bow. So me, I was under the impression that the rifle would come along with this skill tree, which doesn't. That's because there is no skill tree yet for the rifle, meaning all I can do is use the auto attack over here. So yeah, so all I can use is the auto attack, the basic shot technically for the rifle, and I cannot even use piercing shot, which is there for no reason because there is no skill tree for the rifle. So that's kind of bad, by the way, guys. Because they charge a lot of money for this game, $50 for early access, guys. $50 for this game, and you don't even have like 30%. Like you only have 30% of the entire skill tree for every skill trees, by the way, all of them. This is like 70% of the entire skill tree that is not even finished. And you don't have a skill tree for the rifle, which is abysmal, which is like incredible. And they charge you $50 for this game. I am astonished. I don't know what to tell you. The attribute, well, the attribute is there. The talent is there too, but I don't know, guys. It's kind of so-so. I don't really feel like it's, I don't know, like it's really bad. Like when you don't provide like 100% of the content and you charge $50, which is almost the same price as Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is like $83. This early access is $50. It's like $30 less, but still, that's a lot of money. And you don't even give us like full content. Baldur's Gate, they give us full content, guy. I'm speechless. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, the other thing is like there's no cape. You see cloak? There's no cloak in the game. So you have this, but there's no cloak at all. I found two necklace in the entire game. Two necklace, and we have four companions. We have a lot of armor, but there's no place where it says if it's a light armor, if it's a medium armor, or if it's a heavy armor. So this information is not even available. A reinforced tunic of leather. Okay, so sometimes it does say it's leather, but if you go somewhere else, this leather, okay, this leather, thick leather, reinforced, okay, this is leather. Let me see, because I know I saw some of them that has no information if it's heavy or light. So this coat is often worn in the western region of Thailand, especially for by travelers fearing attacks from brigand, but wishing to avoid the added burden of heavy armor. So I don't know if this is light. I don't know if it's light or medium armor because they don't specify. They say it's not heavy armor, but it doesn't say if it's medium or light armor. So, like there's a lot of things like that they don't say, and it's kind of like mind blowing because all they could have done is put over here leather or light armor or heavy armor. I mean, it doesn't require a lot of creativity or thinking. It doesn't require a lot of thinking to come up with that idea to say, hey, how about we just put light armor over here, so that people know it's light, confirm it's light, you know what I'm saying, instead of like just guessing what armor it is, you know what I mean? So that's one of the thing I've noticed. The combat is like a Baldur's Gate 2. If you've played Baldur's Gate 2, basically it's kind of like in real time, like you fight in real time. You can have what we call the auto attack, autonomous party. So basically you let your party do whatever they want to do, which is not always a good thing because sometimes your party member is going to attack an enemy that is far at the back when you want your tank to be in the front, for example. So that's the reason why you want to be careful with autonomous party on. Otherwise, your party can go left, one can go right, the other one can go out the back, and everybody's gonna die. So you need to stay together at some point because there are some spells that requires you to be next to the your ally in order to, let's say, heal the person or give a buff or something like that. You know what I mean? So autonomous is good if the mobs are easy, but if the mobs are overwhelming you and if there's a lot of them, you don't want to go left and right and everything. So you want to be careful with that, right? The combat is okay, but I mean, I would say the combat is fine. It's just that there's missing out a lot of spell. I don't know. Explain the UI is ugly. I don't know if you see the UI. I don't like the UI for some reason. It's very ugly. Here it's beautiful. The icon, the face icon is fine. I like that. We don't even have a face icon for our main character, which is kind of weird. So the map is okay. I mean, the game is kind of like not too hard, not too easy. You have fast travel. So if I want to fast travel, all I have to do is to click like this, E, and it's instantaneous. That's a good thing. So we have a chest here where we can store things, but it is irrelevant. Why? Because you will need to go to the workstation very often, the workshop, to make potions, right? So if you don't have the items on you, you need to go back to your storeroom in order to pick up your mats in order to then go back to the workshop to craft when you need to craft. So basically, it is irrelevant to have a storeroom since you can keep everything on yourself in order to go to the workshop and craft whatever you have. So if I go in my inventory, see, this is all I have. There is no inventory like maximum cap in a sense that you can have like 1,000 mats and it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So there's no reason to store this in your storeroom, in your storage. You understand? That's what I'm trying to say. So you can put like 1,000,000 of these mats and there's no issue with that. The party can have up to 4 people, which is okay, and I have 2 other companions I can choose between all of them, so that's fine. But again, it's this game, like, it does have some potential, but it is so unfinished that I thought for $50 I would get more than that. I thought for $50 we get more than that, but I don't think this game is worth $50, guys. I'll be honest with you. Like, look, even the outfit are kind of ugly in a sense. And if, like I say, if you don't have a high-end graphic card, you're gonna suffer a lot. So it is not optimized for low-end GPU. But you have to understand that a majority of players, not everybody has high-end GPU. So if you make a game just for high-end GPU and you don't think about everybody else, like, which is like maybe 80% or 90% of the entire your community, we don't have a high-end GPU. So if you don't think about us and then you charge $50 for an unfinished product with less than 30% of spells that is incorporated. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do you do that? Like, it's very, very disappointing. The only thing that is good in here, like I said, is the combat, and the other thing is also the story, the dialogue, the script is good. But you know, they put a lot of time in the dialogue and the script and the animations, the cinematic. You know what I mean? They put a lot of time on that, and it shows. It's very good actually. That would be the only thing. But I mean, that's only like part of what the game should be. At the end of the day, you still have nothing because I mean, I don't play a game to watch cinematic. I play a game to play the game, not to watch animations like people talking to each other, because most of the time you're going to have a lot of long discussion between NPC. And when I say long, it's very, very long. Like they can talk for like 10 minutes and you have to listen to everything they have to say. You understand? So I'm like, what the hell, bro? So my conclusion about this game is that it has a lot of potential, but I don't think it's worth $50. I'll be honest with you. I would say maybe less, way less than that, maybe half, even half than that, like 25, 20, like, you know, because it is so unfinished and you only have like, I think you have only like three maps, I think I have there's a total of like 3 or 4 maps if I remember correctly, and you finish that in like 7, 8 hours and it's finished. Like seriously, bro. So it's very disappointing, and I should maybe if you guys want to have a full game, maybe try Greedfall 1, but I don't know if I want to play Greedfall 1 because I don't know if I don't know, guys. I really don't know because you know, guys. I'm gonna tell you one last thing. I'm gonna conclude with this. A lot of the reason why there's so many early access game out there that is like swarming the Steam platform is because of Star Citizen. You guys know Star Citizen? Star Citizen is the perfect example of a business models that should not be. The reason why I say that is because any company, even me myself, I can make a game halfway or not even halfway, like 30% of the way, right? And I can tell all of you this is early access and it's about to be completed. I can say that. And I'm going to charge you $30 to play this game. I'm just going to show you the best part of the game, which is like the, you know, some animations, some combat, which is fine. But I'm going to give you 20% or 30% of the spell that you're allowed to have. And I'm going to give you 4 maps instead of like 15 maps. But I'm not telling you that. You're going to discover it after you spend $30 on my game. And then if you complain, I will use the alibi of, well, I told you so. It's an early access. It's still on development. So it's going to come later. When? I don't know. But we did told you it's early access. So you pay for what you get what you pay for. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a trick. It's kind of like a trap with a business model that everybody is borrowing so that they can make you believe that the game is fun, but in reality, the reason why they do that is because there's 2 reasons or 3 reasons. The first reason is because beta testing. I work as a beta tester, guys. Beta testing and playing a game are 2 different things. When you are beta testing, you are trying to find bugs, trying to find issues for the game that the company is building right now. And what's happening right now is that a lot of early access game, they don't want to pay beta tester. They don't want to pay beta tester because they want to save on money. You understand? And that is kind of like illogical because any company that doesn't have money to build their game shouldn't build a game because when you build a game, you need to have you need to have a capital, you need to have a finance, you need someone to finance your game. You cannot build a game and say, you know what, I'm going to go 30% of the way and then put it as early access and then hopefully someday I will finish it like Star Citizen are doing. 10 years now and they're still in alpha access. They can do this for the next 30 years. You don't know. There is nothing that's going to stop them from saying this is going to be alpha for the next 30 years. There is nothing that can stop them, which is the reason why everybody's doing the same thing because it is like a safe keep. It is a safe keep just in case you complain that the game is not finished because they can say, well, it is early access. It is on its way to be developed. And if you say, when is it going to be finished? They can say, well, soon, maybe next month, maybe next year, maybe in 10 years, like Star Citizen, or maybe in 30 years. You know what? Even better. Maybe I don't even know when it's going to be finished. Maybe it will never be finished. But you know what? You have to trust me. You have to believe me. So, you know what I mean? So, a lot of devs are doing that. A lot of people are doing that. And it's really, really frustrating because you are stuck with a game that is not finished and you pay a lot of money to be a beta tester when they should pay you. If you are beta testing a game, you should get paid, guys. Let me say that again. And this is not a joke. This is not something I just made out. You can ask anyone else who are beta tester for like big companies like EA or any company. Like you need to get paid because beta testing is not playing the game. Beta testing is you figuring out where are the issues for the company to fix it in the future. Do you understand? There is actually jobs for beta tester in where I live. I don't know about where you live, but in where I live, I can be a beta tester and get paid like a fucking salary, like a real salary as a worker. Do you understand? That's the reason why a lot of devs are doing early access, so they don't have to pay you. Instead, they want you to pay them in order to be their beta tester, which is fucking illogical. Do you understand? So yeah, guys, I'm very disappointed, and the game is like for $50, guys. I should have bought Baldur's Gate 3. I haven't played a Baldur's Gate 3, so I should have kept my money and and bought Baldur's Gate 3 instead, which is a complete game, and I'm very very disappointed. And my suggestion to all of you is to stop buying early access. You should all stop buying early access because the reason why a lot of devs are doing this is because we keep buying their early access. We keep supporting their early access and they keep doing it. Another company is going to come out and do the same thing. Another company is going to come out and do the same thing. Look at Pal World. Look at Pal World. It started with a bang, but then almost everybody left after that. You know why? Because they did not complete the game. And by the time they complete the game, everybody forgot about the game. Everybody forgot about again. Look about Star Citizen. Star Citizen 10 years in early access or alpha, whatever you want to call it. And look what they did in between after 10 years. They were making Squadron 42. Squadron 42 is a side game. Why are you working on another game when you're still on alpha in Star Citizen? Why are you doing that? Like I said from the beginning, guys, companies who use alpha or early access business model can pretty much lie in your face. They can lie in your face for the next 50 years. There's nothing you can do about that. And while you are waiting 10 years for your game to be completed, they are working on something else on the side. And they're going to keep saying, "Oh, we're still working on Star Citizen, but we're also working on something else." So we're working on two things at the same time. But don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming in 20 very shortly. Maybe next year, maybe 2 years, and then in 2 years gonna be maybe next year, and maybe 5 years. They could do that, guys. And because Star Citizen are doing this, many companies are doing the same thing, which is why you're getting these kind of games. They make you pay for something you shouldn't pay. They should pay you for being a beta tester. You should not pay them for you to actually report bugs to them. You should not do that, guys. You shouldn't do that. So I highly recommend that you guys, everybody, stop buying early access so that it can send a strong message to every devs, to every company to stop doing early access. If you don't have the money to complete your game, do not make your game. Like seriously, guys, stop making games if you don't have the money to make your game. Don't give us the excuse of, oh, we don't have enough money. Well, don't make the game. Go work, go get some finance, go get a publisher, go get your money somewhere. I don't care what's your excuse. If I don't have a money to buy a car, I'm not gonna fucking buy the car. Like I'm not stupid. If I don't have money to buy a house, I'm not gonna buy a house. If I don't have money to buy food, I'm not gonna go steal the food. I'm gonna get the money somewhere and then I'm gonna buy food. Like seriously, guys, this is fucking common sense. This is fucking common sense, guys. So the excuse of, oh, we don't have enough money to complete the game. Can you guys help us by paying early access so we can? No, shut the. Seriously, guys, I'm very disappointed, and I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm very, very sad. Every early access game that I purchase, it's never completed. And by the time they complete it, if they do complete it, I stop playing their game. Like I don't even care anymore. So it's very, very sad, just to say. Thanks for listening. Cheers.